All right, we are back at Pour Temecula. Last week, if you heard our episode, we talked about Thanksgiving wines. Shannon gave some recommendations for that. HB is with us again. Woohoo! She's from Danza do Sol, but we're going to switch over and we're going to talk about beers. I've had some, like I talked about on the last episode, doing lots of German beers. I think German beers are probably the most perfect fall beer. You get a wide range of style. Obviously, with Oktoberfest, you have Oktoberfest or Fest beer, which is a much more kind of like maltier driven, but also easier to drink, like 5% alcohol. And if you go there for Oktoberfest, which is one of my goals in life, you get the big steins and the girls come out and they're kind of,
they hold like 20 of those at one time. It's insane.
Oh, have you been to Oktoberfest?
Yeah, my husband and I went.
No way.
Well before we had kids. It was like the first trip we ever took together.
And they carry, I've seen like my friend does these Oktoberfest tours and it's impressive.
Yeah. Our muscles are like insane.
Yeah. It's the COVID years always mess me up. I was like, we went. Oh no, that was 10 years. In 2015, we went.
Oh, you went too?
Yes. And people don't know.
Like 2015?
Yeah.
I think that's when we were there
together. Was that you? And we bought the. I'm so twisted. We bought the
later
we did the same thing.
I wanted to get the shorts things. I didn't want the little dress but at like the store, it was like, no,
they were like,
women
no.
don't wear them. I was like, okay, I'm not sure. But yeah, they're so, and actually the thing I ended up drinking a lot was the Radlers. But also, I mean, God,
perfect summer drink.
All day long. Yeah. But yeah, the beer with the lemonade and the Germans. I don't know. And I remember when we were like walking into it, like we got a beer at a place. I'm like, can we drink this? And they said, here, it's food. Like, they're like, you consider it alcohol. We consider it food. I was like, I love Germany.
I know. When I was there, it was sort of the same thing. But so you see it on the shelf, like Oktoberfest. So Sam Adams says Oktoberfest. You also can see it as Fest beer, F-E-S-T beer. And then also Marzen. You'll see that on the label a lot. So it just depends. They're a little bit unique for us. The Fest beers are supposed to be the more authentic festival beers. And then over time that has become Oktoberfest. And so you'll see that a lot because that's what we have here is a lot of Oktoberfest festivals. And then Marzen is another one that you see a lot, but those are all a little bit maltier driven, but still like lighter in the mouth, lighter to drink. But it's also a great time for like, just your nice Pilsner beers that are more, have more body to them rather than like Busch Light, that kind of thing. And you'll see a lot of like Bock beers. So those are just a little higher alcohol versions of those. Today we have with us, a range of pumpkin beers. And Shannon has, I think in the last time we talked about how she loves pumpkin. Now, we had originally planned to record this back in September. Well, then I got COVID, so I was out for a while. And then we were going to do October. And Shannon was sick. And then October, I was actually gone a lot. And so now it's the middle-ish of November. So it's still pumpkin season. So we have a Trader Joe's pumpkin beer, and then we have two from Southern Tier Brewing, Pump King, which is like an Imperial Pale Ale or Pumpkin Ale, and then we have also from Southern Tier, it's the Maple Warlock Imperial Pumpkin Ale. So it's the same thing with maple. And then the last one, which is I'm excited to try this one. It's from Ommegang, which is, I believe, out of New York. They make up Belgian-style ales and things like that. But it's an Imperial Chocolate Peanut Butter Stout.
Whoa.
So we're going to see. Maybe not pumpkin, but it is Halloween-themed with its All Hallows Treat is the name of that. So we're going to try those beers. But, there is a bit of pumpkin spice fatigue that pops up this time of year. So other good wines or other good beers to try are like amber beers, or some darker beers too, or stouts. I'm trying to think. The Garage do like a marshmallow stout at one time.
God, and they've moved.
They moved to Marietta now. I want to feel like they did have a marshmallow stout at one point. That feels almost, we'll talk about that when we talk about cocktails later, but it almost teeters a little too like winter for Temecula, which is like a fall for most everywhere else in the world. But
again, is that we're like, as we're sweating through today.
But some good like pairings, Oktoberfest, tons of sausages, you can get. And then chili's another good option for this time of year with beer.
I feel like also, I guess maybe holiday carnivals really, but French, I feel like anything fried, salty, end of the night. Honestly, why I think beer and bar food goes so well together, because it's that kind of thing.
Yeah,
not fried and heavy and just that acid and bubbles make it yummy.
And then locally, some of the Oktoberfests I tried, I think at Bare Knuckle Brewing one day, they had 3 on tap there. One from Bare Knuckle Brewing. Okay. They had Prolific Brewing, which is in the old, and then they had, and I'm trying to think of the name. I'm gonna totally. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the bare knuckle one, I thought was the best, most authentic tasting.
Awesome.
So that was really good, and they also were really proud of how that beer came out for them. So
and I'll just say, I love their vibe.
Yeah, it's a great little space. So check them out. A prior home of yours was there.
Yes, I mean, Steel Ranch in general, I think is a really cool vibe with it. And then also, Bare Knuckle, they own the local. They own the craft house, that like not craft beer, like the crafting place. Whenever I tell people like the craft, that they're like, we have children. I'm like, it was to go to make paints and so they own the craft house, and then they own local provisions. The husband and wife own. That's like their little monopoly there. And,
I didn't know that.
And they're really great people. So shout out to you guys.
Yeah, and they're good beer. So we have all those. So we have this Trader Joe's pumpkin ale, which I mean, all the Trader Joe's stuff. It wasn't terribly expensive. I think $6.99 maybe for a 6-pack of these beers. So Shannon, cheers to your first pumpkin beer.
I'm proasting to definitely.
And go ahead.
It smells cinnamony and pumpkin.
Really good. It smells like a fall candle.
Yeah. Shannon, I was literally about to say, this smells like a candle I want in my house.
Yes.
The ghost is
here.
Yeah, it definitely smells like a little, like creamier in my mouth than...
I probably have a weird look on my face right now.
You do have a weird look. Yeah.
So I'll preface this with, if I'm drinking beer, I only drink IPAs. But when I very first started drinking beer, when I was, we'll say 21,
for legal reasons,
Guinness was the only beer I would drink.
Wow!
And that's the only beer I liked for the longest time. And then I stopped drinking for 5 years, and then when I started drinking again, IPAs, that was all I wanted. Actually, you mentioned, oh my gosh, what was the brewery that makes Ranger?
Oh, New Belgium Brewery.
New Belgium, yeah. But with their original Ranger with the green label from 10 years ago, that was the first beer I had again that I loved. And since then, that's
So when you say, maybe it was the Ranger of New Belgium, I can't remember what the name, but there was one, it has, I'm sure they all have bikes on it, but it was a Guinness style. They made a dark, and it had this bike on it. And my mom, when it comes to beers, they like that style. So also when I was 21 and plus, I remember because she liked that, and I thought this is so cool and good. But now if I think if I was to have it, they'd be like, this is a big beer. But honestly, this I will say it's good. I don't know how much of it I could drink, but it also does feel very seasonal. It would feel to me eating pumpkin pie in the spring, something to feel off. But in this moment, it feels, I feel
this feels very pumpkin pie-ish. Tons of those sort of baking spices that you would associate with it. Almost a little too strong in my opinion. I
almost feel
it's a little too much. It's a little over the top.
The aftertaste lingers for so long.
Yeah.
And it doesn't appear to be a very pleasant aftertaste.
It's not my favorite.
Based on the look on your face right now. Okay, let's dump this out. Let's dump this out.
That's not allspice on my tongue.
the other thing I will say is I've had a lot of beers in my life over the age of 21. And this tastes cheap.
It does. Yeah.
I've had a lot of Trader Joe's stuff too that sometimes it's either I found that their stuff either tastes really good or it tastes really cheap.
Yeah.
And this tastes really cheap.
You know what I wanted to get for this episode was back when we were going to do it in September. Trader Joe's had a pumpkin spice Chardonnay.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you. I heard on an episode you talk about that, and I was going to say,
I literally went to buy it, and they sold out.
Oh gosh!
I
must have been very
at the end of September, and I asked. I was like, "Hey, where's the pumpkin spice Chardonnay?" And they're like, "Oh, the season's over. It's gone."
Seller.
I'm like, "It's September."
Yeah.
So now next year we know. Buy it in August.
Yeah. As soon as you see it, get it.
If you dare. Okay, so what smells
Okay, so the second beer we have is from Southern Tier. It is the Pumpkin, which is a pretty well-known, one of the original kind of pumpkin beers to get some notoriety. And
This
the
smells
first thing,
so good.
this smells nothing like the first beer. It doesn't have as many spices to it. Like the other one was crazy baking spices over the top. This is much more like
apple
subtle.
cider.
Yeah, I see almost on a
Apple
silly,
and like pumpkin pie, but not what.
I'm not eggnog, but like a light, there's almost like a creamy spice to it. I'm smelling like.
You know what this reminds me of? When I worked, well, they might still have it. Starbucks, their caramel apple cider drink.
Ooh,
I don't know if they still have that, but it was basically like hot apple juice with caramel, or it was like cinnamon spice syrup and then whipped cream and caramel on top, and it was that creamy spiced. Yeah, that's what this smells like.
Again, all of these, I'm like, I would love these. I would love my house to smell like these. Like,
I think the taste of it is pretty similar too. It has much of a creamier taste.
Yeah.
I think in this case it has a lot higher alcohol by volume. And that helps with the body of it. It gives that kind of like thicker, more full-bodied experience that you would think of with like pumpkin pie or whatever.
I almost feel like you should thinking of.
Not bad.
I almost feel like potentially these could be for the beer people, or at the end of the night if you don't want any more wine. This could, or who cares about dessert? Just pour me a glass of pumpkin. It's not that it's not sweet. You know, it's I don't know if savory is what herbaceous spice or like baking spice herbaceous. It isn't sweet in it, but it being beer definitely has that filling. But definitely like this better than beer one.
Yeah,
me
this,
too.
I feel like. I don't love the taste of pumpkin so much, but I would do like half a glass of this with like share like one bottle. So we got like a 12-ounce bottle. Like that feels like the perfect split it between 3 people.
Yeah,
that I'm good with.
I like this. I would drink a glass of this.
I feel like in general, as I've gotten older and mature, more pure, like when I do have beers, I like sours or IPAs. I used to love crazy, wild flavoring things, and now I like it a little bit pulled back. You know? but with the season and the celebration, ooh, this is a different color.
So I just poured out the maple pumpkin version.
Wow. Okay,
the color on it. The color on this looks like maple syrup. Does it not?
My God. Yeah.
It looks. The other ones were what you would expect.
It smells so good.
So good.
It smells like maple and like walnut.
Oh,
like,
wow.
It's like you're sitting in a cabin
pecan
in Vermont.
pie? Are you talking about pecan pie with caramel on top?
Yes.
This is essentially what it looks and smells like.
Walnut.
Oh boy, this is going to either be
oh my God, this
horrifying
smells really good.
or
It smells
addictive.
so good.
Right,
to be fair, this was suggested to me by the staff at Total Wine here in Temecula, because I went in there, asked them. I was looking for pumpkin beers. This was early September, or maybe mid-September, and he pulled this one out of a 6-pack and said, "This would be great on your podcast too."
Love that.
The maple one. So I was like, "Sure, let's do it."
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. I am definitely getting mapley walnut chocolate, like a chocolate finish to it.
Wow, this is wild.
Whoa.
I feel like, again, these aren't the beers like I would have on a regular, but for a holiday party,
for fun.
This would be such a fun experience and a crowd pleaser, and like, oh my god, you're the one that brought those beers. Like, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I could drink a whole bottle of this, but beyond that, I would feel like I was getting sick.
Curious, what is the ABV?
It's 8.6.
Okay,
it's the same as the last one, but it is boozy.
And also, I'll just say, like, for listeners to put, like, for a wine, 8% is like, that's
low.
Nothing.
Really
but
low.
for a beer,
low.
that's like, buckle up, better cup. Like, holy yeah. But at the same time, it doesn't. I mean, it definitely feels rich, but. Yeah, I think of all three of this, I like this one the best. And also, I'm not that crafty, but I wish I knew how to make these all smell so good, but this one,
this is
God.
delicious.
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah, and they're in a not sweet way, this chocolatey, just as we were talking about how you like the Guinness, and I was saying I feel like this is something my mom would. That sounds right. This was something my mom would like, but she would.
Wow, that was pretty interesting. All right, next we have the last one, which is the All Hallows treat from Brewery Hamagang out in New York, I believe, and then it's an Imperial Chocolate Peanut Butter Stout.
Ooh,
so this is oh my gosh, it is pouring like motor oil. that color
looks like a
and
Guinness.
This
Wow. Oh my
this is
goodness.
gonna be pretty wild, I think.
So, as I think I had mentioned before, on the very first time, back in the day when I worked in Hermosa, Redondo Beach, they worked at this, it wasn't brew, this gastropub, and they had like 50 different beers. So there was a time that I could tuck beers with you. But when I think Omegang, they make Omegang wit, like the... Anyways, so that's what I instantly like, and all their little things. So already my brain registers of like, oh, I know this is a high quality brand. I'm excited. Okay, here we go.
It's very subtle.
It is very subtle.
I do get the peanut butter for sure.
But yeah, it's very, and interesting enough, this is the first one. Not that it's bad, but I don't need a candle.
It doesn't smell like a candle.
To me, it's very subtle on the palate too.
Honestly,
no.
Honestly, it tastes like if I had.
I don't know that I like it though. I'd almost rather have a Guinness.
It kind of tastes like that. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of or used that PB powder. It's like peanut butter powder.
Oh.
They basically like take peanut butter and turn it into a powder, so it's just the protein and none of the fat. And people were adding it to like smoothies and stuff. And this is what it reminds me of. It's like,
I will say I definitely have some peanut butter breath right now.
yeah.
But I will. Honestly, it reminds me like as if I had just eaten, and then like so it's like the flavor is still lingering in my mouth, and then I'm having something else that I'm like, oh, sorry, I need to eat a cracker because that just disrupted the flavor. You know what I mean? When you eat something, like when people walk in the winery and they're like, oh, sorry, I just had mint gum. Then I'm like, eat that cracker. But not bad, but not my favorite.
Yeah, I think, because we just had the maple one. Maple one was pretty dang interesting and wild. This one, I don't know.
Yeah. And I was really hoping because my husband is a Reese's, anything peanut butter, anything. That's his jam. And yeah, I don't, yeah. Of all these, the maple. That was.
I think we're definitely to sum up this range of the four beers is the maples in first, then the regular pumpkin, then I guess the stout, and then last would be the Trader Joe's. Sorry, Trader Joe's.
And also remember,
dump it.
taste is always subjective. If someone's like, well, I just bought 20 cases of the Trader Joe. You know what? You do you, boo. We appreciate that. But you enjoy those cases.
All right. Yeah. Well, that wraps up, I think, our beer portion. Unless anybody else has any other suggestions for beer. Danza doesn't do a beer. No.
Well, interesting enough,
no beer options at Danza.
We do always pair with a local brewery, and we used to pair with Iron Fire, but Iron Fire sold and now is owned by Prolific. And I will say it's always a rotating.
You guys do have a tap.
Yeah,
okay.
we have taps, but something they do that they carried on from Iron Fire is a summer and a winter sangria.
I mentioned that before.
Iron Fire.
Yes.
It had this very funny label to it. I forget what it was called, but it had like Santa like smoking a bong or something. It was like, if you look at it, there's all these like little like, oh my god, how did they what the but they did it. It was like Korean, like when you tasted it, you were like, oh my god. But it still had that nice fizz of a beer. So Prolific has also carried on in the summertime. They did a it was Sauvignon Blanc co-fermented with pineapple and ginger and it was absolutely delicious. But beer wise, normally we'll have like a blonde, a hazy, and usually is. But yeah, we always do have a local beer on if you are just there for emotional support with your wine drinking. And we're keeping it local. But yeah, nothing pumpkin currently. So.
All right. Well, we're going to take a little break here, and then we're going to come right back, and we have some cocktails, including a pumpkin spice espresso martini.
I'm excited.
So that is also from Trader Joe's. So we're going to have, fingers crossed, that this version of Trader Joe's is in the really delicious camp instead of the really crappy camp. So, all right, we'll take a break, and then we'll be back. All right, and we are back with some fall cocktails that might be interesting. We had hoped to have Bobby Castro from Corbeau on here to talk about some of the fall cocktails and mocktails that he's come up with there, but we just couldn't sync up on a time. He and Reagan were off at one time harvesting their grapes from up north in California to make some wine out of, and we couldn't sync up at that time. And then, like we said, a series of life events have interfered and all that other time. So we'll have Bobby on. I know Temecula, we've talked about this before in here, but the Temecula does Temecula chilled, which is where a lot of the places will do very specific winter themed cocktails. 1909 does them, and what is it, Craft and Brew, or is it what's the name of the place now? It's some Thompson and Twain. Thompson and Twain, they do some stuff. I'm sure that Corbeau is going to have some winter specific drinks for that.
Goat and
Vine is. So everybody, I think that is a podcast worthy episode at some point. So we will try to put that together. But today we're going to talk about things that are really fall specific. The first thing we have up, if you just listen to us talk about pumpkin beers, we have Trader Joe's pumpkin spice espresso martini. It was in my fridge for a while. I don't think it's quite as cold now, but I didn't shake it up with some ice. So it's just going to be the straight without ice. Although you could probably put an ice cube in there to chill it out a little bit. But beyond tasting that, another drink that I had recently was a campfire old fashioned inspired cocktail, which was bourbon, some maple syrup, orange peel, but also some toasted marshmallows that went with that. And I think there was a marshmallow liqueur that was poured into that. Well, like a little touch of it to give it some body and give it more of that marshmallow taste. And that was really good, and definitely in my life growing up in the Midwest, it would be way colder. Apparently, it's Chicago is supposed to get a foot of snow this week.
Oh my god!
So I mean, it's such a contrast from where we're at. We're so spoiled. But I could just remember the campfires and throwing a pallet of wood onto a fire after drinking and throwing some gasoline on there. Things you are not supposed to do, but you do anyway for the experience. So that drink definitely reminded me of that, or just doing s'mores with the kids when my kids were younger. So that's a drink that you could definitely do. The other one that I made recently, I had made it and we were going to record this episode, but we had to cancel it, was a apple cider sangria. Oof, and that was, and if you listen to our last episode, we were talking about Pinot Grigio. Yum. I actually debated getting the Pinot Grigio that you mentioned from the store that was Scarpetto. That was it, right?
What is happening, dear listeners?
But the thing with sangria is you don't usually want to use a great wine or an expensive wine because of all the other flavors. Yes. So I ended up choosing, forgive me, I went with a cupcake. Pinot Grigio. It actually worked out really well because you add so many. This wood has a lot of apples and spice, and it had. I had spiced rum, a little bit of spiced rum, some orange juice, some blood oranges that I cut up, put that in there as well, and then put all that together. And the thing with sangria too is a lot of people make it and they serve it right away. A really good sangria got to go overnight. You gotta go overnight. Everything infuses so much better. And also put some, a little bit of nutmeg and 2 cinnamon sticks in there too with the concoction. And then top that off, pour it out into a glass of ice, or if you don't want ice, that's fine too. And then, add a little bit of like club soda to the top, or ginger ale if you like that too. Ginger ale, I like that on my sangrias, but with that one, that was so good. That was so good. I drank most of that right before a trip. And so I think I might have been a little hungover the next day for a trip to a 5-hour flight to Mexico.
Rick, I just want to say you brought on such a great point of one. This is not the time to use the fancy wine for it because it's going to get
that's why I wanted to see how the cupcake Pinot Grigio would work. So. And
same thing about an overnight. We call it drunk fruit. What we do at our house is we soak all in brandy.
Yes,
so you can do brandy. So then when you mix the sangria together, after you finish your drink, you have this little bite that's like, woo!
Oh my, the fruit, the alcohol seems to infuse better with the fruit. You can't taste it in the sangria liquid itself. But if you pull that, you pull that little apple out of there, because I used Honeycrisp apple and then I used Anjou pears and then the blood orange, you taste it in the fruit. For whatever reason, I don't.
Got a little extra snack
like science. I'm sure there's some science stuff around that. None of us are scientists, or else we would probably have a different podcast. But anyway, we have Trader Joe's espresso martini, and so we gotta
I was gonna say, going along with your cider sangria, I went to Katie and Ryan Schumacher, who we had on the podcast. So cool. They had a dinner at their house that they hosted, and their starter wine was a apple cider spritz. It was phenomenal. It was so good. And your sangria description reminded me of that.
Probably not that different. I mean, it's sangria. When you put the club soda on top, it does give it a spritz. You want a little bit of a lift to go along with all those flavors. Okay.
All right.
Let's taste this pumpkin spice.
First off, you do love the PSL. You've professed the love for the PSL.
Pumpkin spice lattes. I don't get them often. Actually, I haven't had one at all.
This is pumpkin spice.
It's pumpkin spice
espresso martini. But are you a PSL lover?
So, okay. Just like my wine. So know that I can't tell you my parents taught me good wine and good coffee. At home, we ground our own beans. We French press them. Mm-hmm. The only time I'm going to a place is if we're traveling and it's, you're on the road and coffee at a place is the only option. And then I'm like, $27, we got 2 coffees. What? So I do love pumpkin things, but I'm a purist of like my coffee, almost like espresso, and then I've got a little frother. I just like that. So I don't know. Here we go. All
right. So that's And
I'm also curious of ingredients. Like what, how sometimes like to make bread, You strike me, Shannon, as someone who makes homemade bread.
You know, I've never made homemade bread, but no, actually, I take that back. I make focaccia bread.
Okay. Oh, even more delicious. But you know, it's like you need 3 ingredients.
Yeah.
Versus you look on the back of a label and you're like
20 things.
What the? So I'm so curious, though, the quickness and easy on the go of like what else is in here. But here we go. All right.
This smells like I'm not going to like it, but I'm going to taste it.
I don't hate, honestly. Okay, honestly, this tastes like something I would add into my coffee. I feel
yes. This is not, I couldn't do, I was thinking the same thing.
It feels more like a liqueur, like a...
A liqueur, that you would add into something rather than make it as shaking with like as a martini, a proper martini.
My brother and
it's a little...
They live in Tahoe, and when we go skiing, you know, we all have some adult beverages with this around there. Yeah, this feels like something I would add to the on its own. It feels a little intense, but I feel like this would be good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Even though it is an espresso martini. No, I don't hate it. I feel like it's it just feels heavy for
drinking it straight.
Its own. But it feels like I would add this to something.
And that may be what this is. So it's only no. It's it says pumpkin spice espresso martini made with vodka, espresso, vanilla, pumpkin spices. It's only 20% alcohol, but your proper martini is mostly alcohol, right? And then you can add in other flavors and things to it, and then the ice waters it down. But this feels
it's good. Actually, I would just
for the best experience, shake and serve chilled in a martini. I didn't shake it. Maybe that's a problem. Garnish with coffee beans or simply enjoy chilled. Mix 4 drinks. I'm like you. I would put that in coffee to give it more flavor. You know, Irish whiskey, right? Or Irish Irish coffee.
You know, the holidays when you're like, we're on vacation. We can drink any day.
Right.
Who wants mimosas? This even though it is this tastes like it would be good in a coffee drink in the wintertime. Whenever that will come.
You know, you've had hot damn. This sort of reminds me of hot damn in a way.
What's hot damn? Is that like
you don't
know what that is either?
Okay, hot damn is like.
Thank you, Shannon. I'm like,
it's schnapps. It's a liqueur.
The Midwest, so we're like, I don't know.
Really? No, you don't know hot damn?
No.
Really? Hot damn is a cinnamon schnapps. It comes in those weird. You've seen apple pucker, right?
Okay,
Okay, it's hot damn is the same thing. It's cinnamon schnapps, and what you do is you heat up you can heat up coffee, hot chocolate, anything like that, and then you pour the cinnamon schnapps in it. It's like a
drink called hot damn, or the actual thing you're
I think it's the thing you called hot damn or cinnamon schnapps.
I've never heard that either.
I just
really
okay.
This reminds me of the same thing. Is that you could heat this up? And then put it into something hot.
Right. When you say something like that, again, makes me think of like apple cider. Like even at our house for Halloween, we give candy. We have a quote unquote cauldron of safe apple cider, and then we have
Wait a minute, where's this location? You know, my kids don't trick or treat anymore, but I can throw a sheet on.
And it's like, we have this, and then the parents are like, what? Did we already see you guys? And so I feel like on its own it's a little thing, but this tastes like something. Ooh, I'd like this in a hot bev. When
I heard it was like if you were handing out, it was a little chilly this year for Halloween, so. So something warm and then add this to it. I think it was a better option than straight up.
I was thinking I do like this. And I'm probably going to drink this whole thing, but I feel like...
It doesn't smell like Starbucks PSL, though.
No, and it doesn't taste like it either, but...
it doesn't.
It is really good.
Yeah.
It's not quite as sweet, though, as the...
I think that's why I like it better than it smells kind of sweet, and I was like, this is going to be like syrupy, but it's not.
Yeah. And I get more like allspice versus pumpkin, which I guess is just the spices you put into pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I get that too. More of the baking spices and things like that you would associate.
Yeah, I feel like on its own, good a little much, but I feel like this could be this is just coffee. She's always smiling at the drop off.
All right. So we're going to take a little tiny break here while I put together a Harvest Spritz, which is a cinnamon pear Kombucha from our friends at Kompocha Brewing. Some sparkling wine. In this case, I just have some Prosecco, a little bit of elderflower, and then a rosemary sprig to kind of go with that. And we're going to try this drink out. And to be completely transparent and completely fair, I actually plugged this into ChatGPT and said, okay, I have these ingredients.
Wild.
What drink can I make from this? And it told me to make this drink. So
that's a good
if
idea.
It's terrible, then we can blame the AI overlords. And if it's great, AI overlords, you're awesome. Keep doing what you're doing, and send us some more drink recommendations. So we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna make this drink based off of. And to be fair, I think that's is an interesting use of AI. I don't use it a lot for different things, but I think putting in, like, I have this drink and I want to use these other ingredients. What can I make with it? Is an interesting kind of approach to do.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Fun idea.
All right, so we are back with my harvest, or I should say ChatGPT's version of our harvest spritz. So it's a cinnamon pear kombucha, and some sparkling wine. But this way, we have some tiny glasses today because we do live other lives, so we can't drink full on cocktails here. Fill the glass about halfway with some sparkling wine. In this case, Prosecco. It might be a little sweet in this case. Prosecco usually is, and it's just Costco's $6.99 Prosecco, which is a great value for wine. Then fill the rest. Do a little bit of elderflower if you want to, some Saint Germain in this case. I mean, just a little touch of it, and then top that off with the cinnamon pear kombucha, and then in this case, throw a rosemary sprig on top of it. It's kind of a large rosemary sprig, so it's got a lot of rosemary taste because little tiny glasses in a rosemary sprig. So, what do you think? Does this fit in with fall, or is this kind of like late summer?
It smells really good.
Honestly, this could be very versatile. I haven't taken a sip yet, but I'm a big fan of sprigs. And I feel like rosemary just fancies up everything.
This is delicious.
It smells so good. I want a candle of this one too.
Yeah.
I'm smelling the spice, I'm smelling the pear, I'm smelling the rosemary. Here we go.
I think this
is
is so good.
Okay. So if we're having the fancy party, I feel like this definitely is like the welcome.
Yes.
Welcome drink. I guess the little welcome cocktail or mocktail. I mean, if I know
it's very light. So there's no alcohol in the kombucha, and I mean the prosecco is probably 8% alcohol. It's pretty light.
The aesthetics too. Even this looks
so
like
pretty.
a great pass around. Sip bite sip, and there's still like acid to it because of the kombucha.
So the kombucha gives it kind of like the sour acidity, which is nicely offset by the bubbly and the sweetness of the prosecco.
It's really good.
The pear, I get a lot of pear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think by itself, when I had it, the cinnamon really pops a lot more. But in this case, the cinnamon is really subdued a little bit. But it feels like very like today in Temecula, where it's going to be like 90s.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could say would I drink this when it's like 50 out. I don't think so, but I would definitely do this like on a today to like today.
You know what you could throw in here to make it a little more fall is you have the bubbles from the prosecco, but also if you just had some like mulled cider or something, just throw a little bit of that in there. I think that would make it more fall.
I don't know if it's considered a cocktail, but that in the wintertime, that's a big thing at our house, and especially when we go up north to my parents' house in Northern California. Mulled wine is always a big thing. And getting back to about you don't use the wine that's like been open for 2 days or something that you're like, well, but because we're putting in persimmon and cranberry,
you're doing
and
something
all
else.
These, and the brandy and all of these things. So it kind of takes a backseat, but it's like the base, but not over. I could see, honestly, I could see this in a very versatile, like, and again, the aesthetic of it. And honestly, just saying you could put like one cranberry or one pomegranate, just like for
Oh,
aesthetics
yeah.
in it, to just like the like
Mm-hmm.
for that. Or if it was spring or something, like a little
lemon
slice of pear, a
or
little
pear.
lemon,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would if pear would probably
And
be
I
a
like
great
it in
little
this
slice of
little
pear.
glass. It's so
Yeah,
cute.
that's nice. It's like tiny cocktails.
And it's very refreshing. It's not overpowering. I think this would be such a great welcome beverage.
Yeah.
And yeah. Great job, Rick.
I didn't know. This is ChatGPT, so thank you, AI overlords. So please send me more recommendations to keep us inebriated so we don't know we're living in the Matrix. Okay, sorry, that's another podcast. Okay. Any other kind of like cocktails you can think of or drinks for like this time of year?
Oh no, this is never mind. That's more holiday.
Well,
I have a good holiday drink. So we can save this for that podcast if we want. But at Trader Joe's, they sell a juice called wassail or wassail. I don't know. It's WASSAIL. And it's like this spiced juice. It's kind of pinkish brown. Yeah. That mixed with bourbon with I take the actual cinnamon sticks and kind of light them on fire on the stove.
Okay.
And throw them in and some oranges.
Oh my God.
That's my favorite like holiday mixed drink.
Oh, that sounds good. So one thing, and my sister-in-law, they used to always do at Thanksgiving, as their welcome beverage, like the base of it. So they would boil down cranberry, pomegranate, almost make it like into this cinnamon stick, like this thick juice to pour into it. And then they would have a bucket of sparkling wine. So that was the thing. It was like you pour the sparkling wine and then you pour that and a little sprig. And that always just felt festive. And then maybe this is jumping too much to Christmas, but my parents back in the day used to have the party, you know, and my mom literally from scratch. Also, I'm like, how did people not get like salmonella? They would make eggnog, you know, with the egg, which also with that, it's like, how many bottles of bourbon or whiskey do we pour into this? But yeah, I just remember that like spiked eggnog too was like, ooh. As an adult, I'm like, whoa, this is very thick.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it is so interesting. I'm like in the wintertime, and again, even though here we get just a little glimpse of like it actually being cold, there's something about spice, like the baking spice or savoriness that just feels
every year my
better.
brother-in-law makes this concoction. I had to look it up for the right name. I think it's pronounced glug, but it's
Glug.
Glug? Yeah,
Glug,
it's
yeah,
Swedish.
Swedish.
Oh my God. He adds Everclear to it and then lights it on fire. So he's super proud of it too, man. But this thing, it would literally like strip. It's like paint dinner.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, but yeah, no, you boil wine, boil mulled wine. You throw like a bunch of stuff in there, like orange slices and almonds and nuts and walnuts. And it's super like concentrated. And then he adds the raisins. And then he adds like the Everclear to it and then lights it on fire. And like, I swear one year, I swear one year it actually caught the kitchen on fire because it's literally like a pot. And then it lights it up and it goes,
it's ready.
Yeah, but that's not Thanksgiving, but that was more Christmas that time of year.
I bought a bottle of Glug
when
I was at World Market. So we'll have to do like a winter holiday cocktail episode. We're gonna try
that stuff kill you. You go blind for that. So, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I only know the legend of Everclear. I don't think I've ever.
Oh my God! Oh yeah. I also went to school in the Midwest, so. I remember one of my roommates had some very rednecky friends that showed up one year at our fraternity, and they brought like 180 proof, God. Which is almost pure grain alcohol. I can still remember.
All of them are blind to this day.
Yes, yeah. I lost like quite a few brain cells off of one tiny sip of that, but I remember it just being so overwhelming. Yeah. That it just made you feel different.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. How come it makes you feel? This made you feel so
You like leave your body.
like you left, like you had just died instantly from trying this stuff. Like, it was an entire, and they're like drinking it like it's water. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sick just watching. That was the limit. I have no idea who that person was or who those guys were. So yeah, that was, anyway, so that kind of wraps up our cocktails on here. Did Shannon, HB, our guest, did you have a favorite drink from our like wine and beer and cocktail?
Okay, so of everything we tried, I love this what we call the
what are we calling that?
Harvest Spritz. So that was the name that ChatGPT called it. Was the Harvest Spritz?
That's my pinkies out. The Harvest Spritz here. I really love this, and I also just feel like this you could mix this up seasonally and change it to whatever. The spring spritz, whatever. The summer spritz. I love this. I surprisingly did like the coffee liqueur, or I guess it wasn't liqueur, but I would drink it as mixed into my coffee. Of the wines, I wish I could say that the $300, but it was actually the $50, $60, the California of the three wines. I like that one the best. And then of the beers, the one that was like chocolately walnutty.
The maple one? The maple bourbon? Or the maple, yeah.
Yeah. And almost all of them, except for one of the beers that Shannon and I were like, I would love a candle that smelled like this.
What about you, Shannon?
I'm kind of on the same path. This spritz is so good, and I can see it's so versatile.
Yeah.
Like you said, HB, like you can customize this to any season, and it would be delicious.
Shout out to Kombucha.
Yeah,
like that episode has not come out yet, but I was thoroughly blown away by the quality. Just the taste of their kombucha was so different than anything I had ever had before, and every drink that they poured for me, I was like, how can I make this into a...
That's exactly what
I said. That was not their intent at all, but, a sale is a sale.
Yeah. Sorry. That was just Lady Gaga.
From the wines we tried in the last episode, I think for me, just like what I would prefer to drink is probably the Hirsch Vineyards, the California one.
That was great.
But the Japanese one was so special just to be able to try it.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, and then I'm with you. That maple, what was it? Maple beer, whatever?
Yeah, the maple.
The pumpkin.
The maple pumpkin, yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to agree with all that. Thank you again for the Japanese wine on the last one. I love that wine. I don't know if I would go with Thanksgiving for that wine. That would setting and time and place.
That's the
maybe
nerd
like
wine beer.
the nerd wine. That's the nerd wine. Like get my wine nerd friends together, and we're gonna have like the craziest stuff, and we're all gonna bring the most esoteric wines possible out there. And yes, that was right there.
Thank you. That was so cool to share that. And like, oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get now that I have to think. If you ever have a true wine nerd dinner, man, we're gonna have to go to some remote.
Of what do you bring to the shoot?
What should I bring? I'm gonna have to go
that gives
to
me an idea. I'm gonna plan a wine nerd dinner.
Yeah. The most who can top the wine nerdiness.
I definitely have
top nerd.
I definitely have some wines. Like Rick, before we start, you were talking about how that you had this wine you had saved, you opened, and we're kind of like, I definitely have some wines that I've been saving that I would want to bring to this wine nerd dinner, but they might be the one, but the aesthetic might be like, woo. So cool.
Yeah, I have that now. I'm gonna have to think. Where could I go in the world to get the super wine nerd, out nerd Shannon? I don't know. I think the Japanese wine is pretty. That was I can't think of anything else. Hey, there's some wines coming out of China, but is that wine nerdy? I don't know. Cool. All right. Well, anyway, if you have some interesting drinks or beers or wines that you love for this time of year, fall, Thanksgiving, you can always tag us on your Instagram at Pour Temecula and let us know, or we'll probably have some posts upcoming, some pictures from today's show. So feel free to contribute on there. Anything else, Shannon?
No, I'm excited that we finally got to do this episode.
Yeah, it's about time. Only 2 months. And we had HB. And HB, you got anything to plug? Of course. She wrote down notes. Because I was like, okay, you get to plug something.
Depending, I don't know when this is airing, so I'll just say on the safe side, Donza is doing a wine and waffles on December 6th for club members. If you're not a club member, why not?
Can you show up with a maple beer for the waffles?
Well, you know what? If you got some purse wine, I can't. What I do not see, I do not know. But I will say, December 6th, they're doing a wine and waffles. It's only $38 for club members, $48 for non-club members. Don't quote me on the time. I want to say it's from like 12 to 3 or something, or 1 to 3. But here's the part, my friends. Club member or not, for a $12 add-on, it's bottomless mimosas until the event ends. So,
wow. What date is this? My wife is all over this.
So December 6th. So book your Uber now. And and you can head to DonzaDelSolWinery.com under events to purchase your tickets. And I just want to say thank you guys again. This is so fun. I feel so excited to be a repeat guest of I have the best time with you guys. And thanks for all my beverages, and my mind's been blown. I got to try so many things today. I probably never would have tried a Japanese Pinot Noir, especially at $300. That was not on my radar.
The cat wine. $9.99. But now you know.
And
now
again,
you know.
Dear listeners, I made this comment about cats, and then there's just been this unexpected thing of I have the chills down my body of like, what in the cats? So I just want to say meow for now. But thank you guys so much. This was so fun as always.
All right.
Also, I just noticed my cat came in.
Oh my God. It's all right. We're going to let you go on that. All right. Thanks everybody for making Pour Temecula part of your listening experience. And as we always say, cheers.
Cheers.